The current state of power in the data center markets is tough. It's no different for the data centers than it is for the rest of the country and the world as a whole. Part of the constraint that we have on our power these days comes from the past few years of efficiency. So while we were, as a society, continuing to use energy for new things, we were at the same time taking the old things and making them much more efficient. And that created a bit of a false plateau in the energy demand. And so what that means is that the resources generating electricity, creating power, are more constrained to deliver the same output that they had before and some as we've moved to things like electric vehicles.
The data center industry, and in general technology, has changed significantly, and where the demand for power has been increasing exponentially over the last few years. We need to make sure as an industry that we are enhancing and working on better power availability, not only for the data center, but also the entire market.
Data centers do not just come in and gobble up all the energy. It's a very long process of working with utility providers, energy producers, in ensuring that where we are going to build a facility or a campus, that there is a long-term plan on how to support the community that exists and may be growing, as well as us.
So that's all part of our due diligence process. When we're looking at different markets to go into, we usually work through the community. And if there isn't power available or power can't be available, we won't build into that location. So power availability and the access to that power is a critical aspect of our site selection process.
We are taking essentially our demand and using that to drive the construction of new, efficient, sustainable power plants. And ultimately, everybody ends up winning. There's a few cases where our energy use can actually be good for the grid. So a data center can come into a market and provide a really nice, stable base load that lets those energy providers keep their hydro plants or their nuclear plants operating all the time. So we've been increasing the amount of renewable energy that we utilize every year, but we go the extra step working with outside companies whose sole purpose is generating renewable, sustainable electricity and getting that delivered to us through the utilities.
We are using AI to interact with the systems that are managing our data center to allow us to more effectively and efficiently operate and predict what's happening within the data center. Generators are a key aspect to the backup within a data center. But looking out into the future, it's interesting to see, is there a possibility where we can get rid of those generators? Can we get rid of UPSs and batteries because the equipment is less dependent on some of that older redundancy technology? And I think that's sort of where some of the new innovation is going to happen and become a more efficient data center in the future.